had no trunk. She had only a blackish, bulgy nose as big as a boot that she could wriggle about from side to side, but she couldn't pick things up with it. But there was one elephant, a new elephant, an elephant's child who was full of insatiable curiosity. And she lived in Africa. One fine morning, this satiable elephant's child asked a new fine question that she had never asked before.
What does a crocodile have for dinner?
And they spanked her immediately. By and by, when that was finished, she came upon a colo-colo bird sitting in the middle of a wigabit thorn bush, and she said,
My father has spanked me. My mother has spanked me. All of my aunts and uncles have spanked me for my insatiable curiosity. And still, I want to know what the crocodile has for dinner. Go to the banks of the great, gray, green, bruising Limpopo River, all settled with beaver cheese and high milk.
That very next morning, this satiable elephant's child took 100 pounds of bananas and 100 pounds of sugarcane and 17 melons and said to all her dear families,
Goodbye, dear families. I am going to find out what the crocodile has for dinner.
no one understand, oh best beloved, till that very week, and day, and hour, and minute, this satiable elephant's child had never seen a crocodile, and did not know what one was like. It was all her satiable curiosity. The first thing that she found was a bicolored python rock snake curled around a rock.
Excuse me, but have you seen such a thing as a crocodile in these promiscuous parts?
Have I seen a crocodile? What will you ask me next?
Excuse me, but could you kindly tell me what he has for dinner?
Then the bicolored python rock snake uncurled himself very quickly from the rock and spanked the elephant's child with his scalesome, flailsome tail.
That is odd, because my father has spanked me, my mother has spanked me, my aunt and my uncle, not to mention my other aunt the hippopotamus, and my other uncle the baboon, have all spanked me for my insatiable curiosity. And I suppose this is the same thing. Goodbye.
So she went on eating melons and throwing the rind about, because she could not pick it up, till she trod on what she thought was a log of wood at the very edge of the great gray-green, greasy Limpopo River, all set about with beaver trees. But it was really the crocodile, oh best beloved, and the crocodile winked one eye like this.
Excuse me, but you happen to have seen a crocodile in these promiscuous parts?
Then the crocodile winked the other eye, and lifted half his tail out of the mud. And the elephant's child stepped back most politely, because she did not wish to be spanked again.
Come hither, little one. Why do you ask such things?
Excuse me, but my father has spanked me, my mother has spanked me, not to mention my tall aunt the ostrich, and my tall uncle the giraffe, who can kick ever so hardly, as well as my broad aunt the hippopotamus, and my hairy uncle the baboon, and including the bicolored python rock snake, with the flailsome tail just up the bank. And so if it's quite the same to you, I do not want to be spanked anymore.
Come hither, little one, for I'm the crocodile.
And and he wept crocodile tears to show it was quite true. Then the elephant's child grew all breathless and panted and kneeled down on the bank.
You are the very person I have been looking for all these long days. Would you please tell me what you have for dinner?
Come hither, little one, and I'll whisper.
Then the elephant's child put her head down close to the crocodile's musky, tusky mouth, and the crocodile caught her by her little nose, which up to that very week, day, hour, and minute had been no bigger than a boot, though much more useful.
I think today I'll begin with elephant's child.
At this, O best beloved, the elephant's child was much annoyed, and she said, speaking through her nose like this,
Let go! You're hurting me!
Then the bicolored python rock snake scuffled down from the bank.
My young friend, if you do not now, immediately and instantly, pull as hard as ever you can. It is my opinion that your acquaintance with the large patterned leather ulster,
And by this, he meant the crocodile,
will jerk you into yonder limpet street before you can say Jack Robinson.
This is the way bicolored python rock snakes always talk. Then the elephant's child felt her legs slipping, and she said through her nose, which was now nearly 5 feet long,
This is too much for me!
Then the bicolored python rock snake came down from the bank and nodded himself around the elephant child's hind legs.
Rash and inexperienced traveler, we will now seriously devote ourselves to a little high tension, because if we do not, it is my impression that yonder self-propelling man of war with the armor-plated upper deck
And by this he meant the crocodile.
will permanently vitiate your future career.
That is the way all bicolored python rock snakes always talk.
Pull! Pull! Pull!
And the bicolored python rock snake pulled the hardest, and at last the crocodile let go of the elephant child's nose with a plop that you could hear all up and down the Limpopo.
Thank you, bicolored python rock snake.
And the elephant child wrapped her poor pulled nose in cool banana leaves and hung it in the great gray-green greasy Limpopo to cool.
What are you doing that for?
Excuse me, but my nose is badly out of shape, and I'm waiting for it to shrink.
Then you'll have to wait a long time. Some people do not know what is good for them.
The elephant's child sat there for 3 days waiting for her nose to shrink, but it never did. For you see, O best beloved, The crocodile had pulled it out into a really truly trunk, as all elephants have today.
Unless you have a really truly trunk.
So the elephant's child went home across Africa, frisking and whisking her trunk. When she wanted fruit to eat, she pulled it down from a tree instead of waiting for it to fall. When she wanted grass, she plucked it up from the ground instead of going to her knees, as she used to. She swished the flies away. She made a new, cool, slushy, squishy mud cap when the sun was hot. When she was lonely, she sang to her trunk, and the noise was louder than several brass bands. And she picked up the melon rinds she had dropped, for she was a tidy pachyderm. One dark evening, she came back to all her dear families, and she coiled up her trunk and said,
How do you do?
They were very glad to see her, and immediately they said,
Come here and be spanked for insatiable curiosity. Pooh! I don't think you people know anything about spanking, but I do, and I'll show you.
Then she uncurled her trunk and knocked two of her dear brothers head over heels.
Where'd you learn that trick?
They said.
And what did you do to your nose? I got a new one from the banks of the great gray, green, and greasy Limpopo River. I asked the crocodile what he had for dinner, and he gave me this to keep. It looks very ugly.
Said his hairy uncle, the baboon.
It does, but it's very useful.
And all her dear families went off one by one to the banks of the great, gray, green, greasy Limpopo River, all set about with beaver trees to borrow new noses from the crocodile. When they came back, nobody spanked anybody anymore. And ever since that day, oh best beloved, all the elephants you will ever see, besides all those that you won't, have trunks precisely like the trunk of the satiable elephant's child.
thank the fifth graders for all the hard work that they put in learning this musical. I would also like to thank Mr. Jeff Wood, who is our instrumental music teacher, for running all the sound. Janet Stram, our media specialist, for all her work that she's done. Randy Smith, our Fayette teacher, who is our narrator this evening. Dave Kramer, I don't know where he's hiding. Our art person, who is responsible for all of the cool costume parts, the ostrich head, and all of the staging. We thank him so much for his help. Before we go, I want to say to my fifth graders and all of these kids, good luck next year at middle school. It's been a really good time being with you for the last 6 years, and I hope you keep involved in your music activities. Hope you think about band or choir or one of those neat things to do there. Before we go, Mr. Sylvester would like to make an announcement.
I want to say thank you to the fifth graders for the years that you've been here, and good luck next year. But I want to invite each of the fifth graders to show them their piece of the quilt. We have 4 new quilts, which are displayed in the wall by the cafeteria. Each of the fifth grade students created a block, which were then put together, and we have created 4 quilts, the 4 seasons of the year. They're fantastic. They each have a part in the ownership of these quilts. They will proudly be displayed here at Lincoln, and we thank them for all their effort. This was made possible by some of our arts education money and a mini grant from the Lincoln PTSA, along with Deanna Gehan, who is a local quilting expert, and many parent volunteers that come in to help us during a 2-week period. Students, please show your parents. Be proud. Thank you.